Hi there, it's Tori and I'll take you through a practice today. This is going to be a level 1 class, just something gentle to get us into our bodies and just kind of get us moving around the mat. For me, as I've mentioned before, yoga is about moving the body and the breath. It's not about what you look like, it's about how you feel when you get off the mat. So it's just starting to stop the ripples of the mind and the thought and just starting to get us in towards our bodies. I thought especially today would work more in towards our upper back and just kind of creating a bit more space in between the shoulders and the ears. So if we spend a day at our desk typing, or spending kind of like our day doing things, drawing or whatever it is, housework, and then it just means that we're able to kind of just open in towards the body and feel a little bit more space in towards our shoulders and in towards the upper back. So I hope you enjoy the practice today. So just coming into a comfortable seated position, whether that's cross-legged or kneeling. If you want to, if you've got a yoga block or a thick book of something that you want to just place your sitting bones on top of, then that's totally fine. And just coming into a comfortable space. So we're going to close down the eyes and just take the gaze, if you want to. If you don't want to close the eyes, taking the gaze softly towards the ground in front of you and just concentrating on one spot and just keeping the gaze soft. And slowly just starting to feel the breath. So we're just giving ourselves a couple of moments just to feel the breath coming in and out of the body. And as we start to take note of our breath, just giving us some space and time to arrive onto the mat. And again, as we start to feel the breath, just letting all those thoughts of to-do lists just start to pitter away. Giving ourselves the next 45 minutes to an hour to move on the mat. And as we are noticing and observing the breath, just starting to feel whether it's hard and fast or if it's slow and steady. Neither is right or wrong, so we're just starting to notice if it's faster than normal. Is it slower than normal? And just noticing if it feels tight to breathe in or if it's just kind of freely flowing. So just really just starting to observe the body and the breath. We're just going to start to do a scan of the body. So we're going to scan from head to toe, just to give ourselves couple of moments just to see how we're physically feeling. So just starting at the crown of the head and just gently working through the head into the neck. Maybe there's areas that feel tight, just giving ourselves a little bit of a shake. And as we move down in towards the shoulders, any tightness in towards there, and if we move in towards the elbows and towards the hands, seeing if there's any difference between the left and right. Just pulling ourselves back in towards the chest and then working down in towards the abdomen and in towards the hips. Again, taking note if anywhere feels a little bit more open, a little bit more closed. And then moving down in towards the hips, into the thighs. And gently moving down into the knees and in towards the ankles, into the feet. And knowing that throughout the practice we can breathe into these spaces, we can keep our focus. If there's any areas that are injured, then just being aware of them as we move through the practice. Perfect. We're just going to slowly start to make ourselves move a little bit. So just kind of giving ourselves a little bit of a shake from side to side and just starting to open up the eyes. Coming back in stillness, we're going to create length into the spine and we're going to keep the hands down towards the knees or the thighs. We're going to take the gaze over towards the right hand side And on the exhale, taking the gaze over towards the left. So just gently opening in towards the neck. So we inhale, coming over towards the right. Exhaling as we come over towards the left. We want to keep the gaze on the same level, so just moving it softly along a straight line over to the right. Same as we come back towards the left. We're going to take the gaze up towards the sky, so we open into the throat, coming over towards the right. 2 more, so we take the gaze up towards the sky, coming over towards the left. Last time, inhaling, looking up towards the sky, coming over to the right. And then gently taking the gaze down towards the ground, we open in towards the back of the neck, over to the left. Taking that gaze down towards the ground, we come over towards the right. One last time, gaze comes down towards the ground as we come over towards the left. Perfect. We're going to come back in center, back towards the front of the room. We're going to clasp the hands, taking the hands up towards the sky. So just giving ourselves a little bit of a shake from side to side. Just opening in towards the body, feeling space. Space in between the rib cage, in between the hips. Whatever feels good for you. We're going to take the palms down towards the sides of the head. To the back of the head. We're going to inhale, elbows come wide, and we're pushing down in towards the hands at the back of the head. So we're opening into the heart. Exhaling as we slowly take the gaze down towards the ground. We're opening into the back of the body. So we keep the straight spine and the elbows come down next to the ears. Inhaling as we look up, opening up the chest. Trying to keep the shoulders down the back rather than lifting up. It's a little hard as we open the elbows. Exhaling as we take the elbows in and we take the gaze down towards the ground. So we're not pulling ourselves down, we're just feeling the extra weight of the hands on top of the head, breathing in towards the shoulders. One more lovely big inhale, just opening up the heart, gazing up. Exhaling, slowly taking the elbows down next to us, feeling that stretch in between the back of the body. Amazing, and then slowly just releasing the hands. We're going to come in towards our tabletop. So taking our hands down underneath the shoulders, knees directly below the hips, and we're coming in towards our cat-cows. So the motion comes from the hips as we tilt the pelvis. So we tilt the pelvis down, we ripple through the spine as we open the heart. Exhaling as we tuck the tummy in towards the spine, we dome out through the back. Inhaling as we drop the belly, looking towards the front of the room, breathing in. Exhaling as we tuck the tummy in towards the spine, we find that space between the shoulder blades. Inhaling as we fill the body with breath. Hips come down towards the ground. We kind of open the shoulders, so we're kind of rolling them out to the side. We feel that openness into the heart. Last 2 breaths, just bringing our exhale, tummy towards the spine. Feeling that space between the shoulders. One more lovely big inhale, looking down, gazing to the front of the room, opening up the heart. Perfect, just releasing ourselves, giving ourselves a bit of a sway from side to side. We're just going to take the fingertips out towards the sides of the room, so just gently pushing down in towards the finger pads. So we feel that stretch on the inside of the forearms. Just pushing down through the fingertips, feeling that space. And then we're going to take the fingertips down towards us, just bringing our hands just a little bit closer, because sometimes it can be tight in towards our forearm. If you want to, just slowly bring ourselves back. Doesn't matter if the tops of the hand lift, so we start to feel the stretch in towards the palm as well. That's totally fine. Taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, just gently coming back in towards that tabletop. Perfect. So we're going to ground down to the left hand. We're going to take the right hand up towards the sky. So coming into a twist. We want to be as if we're pushing against something with that right hand. So we're kind of really opening in towards the twist in the spine. Exhaling, we're going to take that hand, palm faces upwards, cheek comes down towards the mat. So we're coming into a twist, cheek comes down, left hand comes down, and we push through so the elbows up towards the sky. As we push through, we lengthen in towards that arm, we find a stretch into the back of the arm and in towards the back of the body. Slowly we're going to release ourselves, ground down to that left hand, keeping the right hand out towards us. Left hand comes towards the shoulder as we come back in towards our kneeling. So we're taking the right hand, so we're giving ourselves a hug. We're holding either shoulder. So we're going to take a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we're going to pull the elbows in towards us, and we're going to slowly just melt down in towards a forward fold. Inhaling, we're going to lift ourselves up. We're going to lift the elbows up towards the sky. Doesn't matter where we come to, we're still hugging ourselves. Exhaling, we're going to slowly take the elbows back down and putting ourselves in towards a forward fold. So just using that breath. Last time, inhaling, lifting ourselves up. Elbows come high, reaching towards the sky. And then exhaling, you're going to bring the elbows to the level towards the front of the room. Option stay here, otherwise we're crossing at the elbows, taking the back of the hands together. If we can do this, then that's perfectly fine. If you can go deeper and hold on towards the inside of that left hand, then that's great. What we want to do is we want to wriggle the shoulders down, elbows come away from the body, and hands are away. So we're just finding a lovely deep stretch in towards the back of the shoulders here. So again, maybe this is where you are, or you're holding to the back of the hands, and that's totally fine. Wherever you are, we're just going to slowly release. Just giving ourselves a little bit of a shoulder roll from side to side. Maybe just kind of find that release into the ears. Perfect. Coming back in towards that tabletop. This time we're going to ground down through the right hand. We lift the left hand up towards the sky, so we're opening in towards the body. Taking a lovely big inhale, filling the body. Exhaling, we take that hand underneath, palm faces upwards, cheek down towards the mat, so we're in towards that twist. The right elbow stays up towards the sky and we're pushing through. So we're finding that pull towards the back of the shoulder blade on the left hand side. Taking a lovely big inhale here. Exhaling, we ground down to that right hand. We lift ourselves up. Left hand stays where it is. Heel, bottom comes down towards the heels, right hand comes over. So this time the right elbow's on top. We're giving ourselves that hug and we're working in towards that breath. So we're going to inhale, lifting the elbows high. Exhaling, we're going to slowly fold forward, feeling that stretching towards the back of the body. Sorry, I hope my microphone's okay. Pulling ourselves down. We're going to inhale, lifting ourselves up, taking the gaze high, taking the elbows wherever's comfortable for you. Exhaling, last time, pulling those elbows in towards the tummy as we fold forward. Last time, we're going to inhale, lifting ourselves up. Elbows up towards the sky, so we're finding that stretch. Exhaling, we release the elbows to the parallel towards the ground. We take the back of the hands towards each other if we can, and if it's available to you, taking the left hand and circling it around to the right. We want to wiggle those shoulders down the body, elbows come away from the body, hands away from the face. So again, doesn't matter which variation you're in, we're feeling that stretching towards the back of the body. Taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, just slowly releasing the hands and just giving ourselves a little bit of a shake with the shoulders. And we're going to inhale the hands up towards the sky. Exhaling, coming into a twist, so right hand towards the back of the body, left hand towards the outside of the right leg. Option hand towards the ground if you want. We inhale to find length. Exhaling, we twist and we gaze over that right shoulder. Taking a lovely big inhale to find length. Exhaling, we twist and we take the gaze over the shoulder. Inhaling, coming back in center, hands come high towards the sky, just finding that length in the spine. Exhaling as we take the gaze over towards the left. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind us. Inhaling, filling the body with air. Exhaling, taking the gaze towards the back of the room. Perfect. One more lovely big inhale. Exhaling, taking that gaze towards the back of the room. Perfect. Slowly coming back in center. We're going to bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart. We're just going to take a lovely big inhale. We're going to open the mouth and we're just going to sigh it out. One more lovely big inhale. Open the mouth and sighing it out. We're going to inhale the hands up towards the sky, so we're reaching through the fingertips. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground. Perfect. Forehead comes down. We're just going to slowly just take the elbows down. We're going to ripple forward into our cobra. So taking ourselves on towards our bellies. Hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to slowly release the toes. We inhale into our cobra. Just lifting ourselves up and then exhaling to come down. We're going to do that one more time, just opening into the back of the body. Using the breath, we inhale. Exhaling to release. Perfect. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to push to the hands and then we're going to tuck the toes, pushing to the heels. We're into our downward facing dog. So just walking the dog in any way that you feel that you need to. As it's our first downward dog today, just kind of taking our heels from side to side. Maybe you want to come into your tabletop, so whatever's good for you in your body today. Finding a little bit of release, swaying from side to side. And then slowly on our next inhale, we're going to take the right foot towards the front of the mat. We're going to find our low lunge. So left knee comes down towards the ground. We're going to sweep the hands up towards the sky, so we're finding a lovely deep stretch through the front of the body. Hands reach high. We're going to come into 3 circles with the hands, so just working with the breath. Exhaling, hands come behind us. We're going to slowly put the weight into the front leg. We're going to inhale the hands up towards the sky. Exhaling, hands come behind us. We sweep the ground as we lift ourselves up. So breathing in, finding that space. Exhaling, opening up the heart. They spiral down towards the ground. We inhale, lifting up. Perfect. This time we're going to clasp the hands behind us. We're just going to open into the chest. So we take a lovely big inhale, filling the body, opening up. Finding that space. If you want to go deeper down towards the front, open the hips, feel free. We just want to feel an openness in towards the front of the body, into the chest and into the collarbones. Exhaling, taking the hands down towards the ground. We're just going to slowly step towards the front of the mat. So coming in towards a forward fold. We're going to hold either elbow and just release down from side to side, finding space in between the back of the body. Maybe giving the head a little bit of a yes and no, just feeling a shake in between the plumb line. We ground down to the feet. Arms reach out towards the side of the room. We lift ourselves up, gazing high. Exhaling, hands down through the center line, and we're into our Tadasana, so palms face forward. Feet hip width apart if you want to, or toes touching. Tucking the tailbone under, palms face forward, taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. So we inhale, arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky. Exhaling, hands down through the center line as we come in towards our forward fold. We inhale to flat back, so the hands come to the shins. We lengthen through the spine, finding that openness. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground. We're taking the right foot towards the back of the mat. The right knee comes down towards the ground and we're into that low lunge. So we sweep the hands high. Coming into those 3 circles, so exhaling, hands come behind us. We inhale as we sweep the hands, we lift them up towards the sky. So we're working the body and the breath. Exhaling, elbows come down behind us. We inhale, lifting up. Exhaling, pushing the hips forward, opening the heart, sweeping it down. Last time, we inhale, hands up. Exhaling, hands come behind us. So we clasp the hands. We roll the shoulders back. So we've got the option to stay here, opening the heart. If you want to go deeper, we push the hips down. Hands come towards the knee at the back and we open the heart, but just come into wherever's comfortable for you. Any issues into the lumbar spine, just keep a straight spine as if we're being pulled up through the chest and rolling the shoulders back. Perfect. We're going to slowly release the hands down towards the ground. We're going to step back into our downward dog or into our tabletop, so whichever's comfortable for you. Just walking out the dog in any way that you feel that you need to. Again, maybe swaying the hips from left to right and just feeling a stretch through the side body. We're going to take a lovely big inhale onto our tiptoes. Exhaling, we're going to come down in towards our kneeling. We're going to take the hands towards the front of the mat in towards our puppy pose. So the forehead comes down towards the ground and we're opening into the heart. Taking a lovely big inhale in towards the front of the body. A lovely deep exhale. So we find in our puppy pose that our bottom is above the knees. We release the toes if you want to, tucking the toes under. If you want to go deeper in this pose, we take the chin down and we look towards the front of the room, but whichever variation is more comfortable for you. Taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. Slowly we're going to walk the hands back in towards us and just gently coming back in towards kneeling at the back of the mat, hands into prayer. Perfect. We're going to come into 2 more rounds of this, but with different kind of emotions in our low lunge. So we inhale the hands high. Exhaling, folding at the hips, coming in towards that child's pose. Perfect. Forehead comes down. This time we're going to slowly walk the hands over towards the right hand side. So we feel a lovely deep side stretch through the left. Maybe taking the left hand on top of the right, forehead comes down. Taking a lovely big inhale in towards the left side of the body. Lovely deep exhale. We're going to slowly walk the hands back in center. Taking the hands over towards the left as the right hand comes off the mat. So again, feeling that side stretch. Forehead comes down towards the ground. Lovely big inhale in towards the right side of the body. Lovely deep exhale. Slowly walking the hands back in center. Elbows come down as we ripple towards the front of the mat. So we're in towards that cobra once more. So hands under the shoulders. We inhale as we roll the shoulders back, lifting ourselves up. Exhaling to fold. One more time. So inhaling, roll those shoulders, lifting ourselves up. Exhaling to fold. Tucking the toes under, pushing through the heels, we find ourselves into our downward facing dog. So this time in our dog, just bending the knees as much as we need to. We're gazing towards the knees and we're just finding a little bit of stillness in towards our downward dog. Again, if we want to, just giving our shoulders or our head a little bit of a shake, opening into the shoulders. We're going to slowly inhale. We're going to take the left foot towards the front of the mat and we find our low lunge. We're going to inhale the hands up towards the sky. This time we're coming in towards a side stretch. So we're going to take our right hand towards our right hip. We're going to inhale the hands up towards the sky. Exhaling, we push in towards our right hip and we find a side stretch. It might be that you want to take a block with you and just come in towards that side stretch just a little bit deeper. So taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. One more lovely big inhale. Exhaling, slowly coming back in center. We're We're going to release ourselves down towards the ground, hands come down, and we slowly step towards the front of the mat. So we find our forward fold, holding either elbow and just releasing ourselves from side to side. We ground down to the feet, arms reach out towards the side of the room, lifting ourselves up. We gaze towards the thumbs. Exhaling, hands down through the center line. We release the shoulders, palms face forward, and we're into that Tadasana. Taking a lovely big inhale. Open the mouth and sighing it out. We inhale, arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky. Exhaling, hands down through the center line as we find our forward fold. So releasing deeply. We inhale up halfway, hands to shins, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground. So we take the left foot towards the back of the mat. Left knee comes down. So we're coming in towards that side stretch once more. So we inhale the hands up. Exhaling, left hand towards our left hip. Or if you have a block or a hard back book, taking the hand down towards that, we inhale the right hand up towards the sky. So coming in towards that side stretch, really opening in towards that side of the body, whichever variation you're working with. Using that stability, taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. Slowly, hands come down towards the ground and we step back in towards our downward facing dog. So the hips are high towards the sky. Just working ourselves through the shoulders, through the neck once more, giving ourselves a little bit of a nod, a little bit of a yes and no. We inhale onto our tiptoes. Exhaling, we're coming in towards our child's pose. So forehead comes down towards the ground. Taking a lovely big inhale in towards the back of the body. Lovely deep exhale. And then slowly we're going to lift ourselves into kneeling at the back of the mat, hands into prayer. So last round. We're going to inhale the hands up towards the sky so we find that length. Exhaling as we fold forward. Palms come down, forehead comes down, and we find that space into the armpits. Elbows come down as we ripple towards the front of the mat. So we're coming in towards our cobra pose. We release ourselves down, hands under the shoulders. We inhale into cobra, lifting up to wherever's comfortable for you. Exhaling to fold. We're going to do two more. So inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling to fold. Last round, inhaling, lifting ourselves up, squeezing into the shoulder blades. Exhaling, coming down. We tuck the toes under, we push through the heels, and we come in towards our downward facing dog. So finding that space. So we're going to take the right foot towards the front of the mat. Left knee is going to come down towards the ground. We're going to inhale the hands high towards the sky. So we're into that low lunge once more. We're gazing high towards the sky, palms facing each other, taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One more lovely big inhale. Coming into a twist, right hand forward, left hand forward, right hand back. So we're in towards our twist. Working into opposite direction through the hands. Coming to wherever's comfortable for you. If you want to, taking the gaze towards the right hand at the back of the room. Taking a lovely big inhale here. Lovely deep exhale. We're going to slowly inhale the hands into prayer in front of the heart. And we're going to take the left hand down towards the ground. Right hand's going to come back up towards the sky. So when we've got that comfortable space, if it's available to you, taking the gaze up towards the right hand. If you want to go deeper in this pose, we tuck the toes, we push through the heels, we open into the pelvis. But wherever's comfortable for you in your body. Taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we're sweeping that right hand towards the back of the room. Hand comes down towards the ground. We lower the left knee back down towards the ground. We're going to lengthen in towards our right leg. So maybe if you want to, using your block, just to give yourself a bit of height. Doesn't matter if we're bending in towards that leg. We want the stretch in towards the hamstring and into the calf. So we're going to slowly pull that hip back in towards us. Toes come up towards the sky. So we take a lovely big inhale, filling the body with breath. Exhaling to fold. Taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling to fold. It might be that we're only using our fingertips to move up and down, and that's totally fine. So just coming to wherever's comfortable for you. We're going to take one more lovely big inhale. And exhale. Perfect. Slowly we bend in towards that right leg. Hands come down as we step up towards the front of the mat. We inhale up halfway, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling to fold. We ground down to the feet, arms reach out towards the side of the room, hands come high towards the sky. Exhaling, hands down through the center line. So we release the hands, palms face forward, taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One more lovely big inhale. And exhale. Inhaling, arms come wide out towards the sides of the room. Exhaling, hands down through the center line as we come in towards our forward fold. So coming to wherever's comfortable for you. We inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground. We take that right foot towards the back of the mat, coming in towards that low lunge. So right knee down. We inhale the hands high towards the sky. So we're finding that length, reaching through the fingertips. Again, coming to wherever's comfortable for you. We take a lovely big inhale, finding space, palms facing each other. Again, if you want to go deeper, palms come into prayer above the head. And we take the triceps close towards the ears. Taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, right hand forward, left hand back. We're in towards that twist. We're lengthening out through the fingertips, making sure our shoulders are away from the ears. And if it's available to you, gazing towards that left big thumb. Taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, slowly bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart. We're going to take the right hand down towards the ground, and we're going to slowly take the left hand up towards the sky. So we're in towards that twist. Finding it as if we're pushing against something across in the sky with that left hand. If you want to go deeper, we tuck the toes on the right hand side, giving ourselves a low lunge whilst opening in towards the pelvis. Lovely big inhale, reaching high. Exhaling, sweeping that hand all the way around, down towards the ground. Perfect. We lower that right leg and we lengthen in towards that left leg towards the front of the room. So we're coming in towards our half splits. Toes are tucked to the back to give us support. Then we slowly pull that hip in towards us. So we open the sitting bones towards the back of the room. If we need to use a block or anything to give us a bit of height, then that's totally fine. Wherever you are, we're going to use our breath. So we inhale to lengthen, exhaling to fold, and we really feel that stretch on that fold. So coming to wherever's comfortable for you. Again, it might be that we're working with a bent leg, and that's totally fine. So just using that breath, 2 more inhales. And exhale. 1 more lovely big inhale. And exhale. Slowly we bend in towards that left leg. Hands come down towards the ground and we step back in towards our downward facing dog. So we're finding that space into our downward dog. We're gazing towards the knees, Bend your knees as much as possible. We want to have length in between the spine. So from the hands towards the hips, we want to create as straight a spine as possible and that what's feasible within your body. Taking one last lovely big inhale here. Exhaling, we slowly walk the hands towards the back of the mat. And we're coming in towards our forward fold. So taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. We're going to inhale the hands towards the hips. We're going to lengthen into the legs and just playing with our balance slightly. So we want to have that straight spine, shoulders pulling towards the back. And we start to feel, if we ground down through our big toes and take our little toes off, we find the stretch towards the outside of the hips. Ground down to the feet, we slowly lift ourselves all the way up into standing. Perfect, giving the shoulders a bit of roll at the back of the body, finding that space in between the ears and the shoulders. We're going to place the weight in towards our right foot and taking the left foot towards the front of the mat. So we find kind of like a wide step. Both feet are facing forward, so they're tracking underneath the hips, so we're not coming over it in front. Option to have the back foot at a 45-degree angle or parallel towards the back of the mat. Parallel towards the front of the mat. So we want the feet facing forward or the back foot slightly at an angle. Whatever's comfortable for your body. We're going to take the hands and we're going to hold either elbow, or if it's available to you, you're taking the hands into reverse prayer. If we're holding either elbow, we just want to make sure that we're putting our shoulders towards the back of the body. We take a lovely big inhale to find length into the spine. Exhaling as we pull that left hip towards the back of the body, we find our forward fold. So forward folding to wherever's comfortable for you. We ground down to the left big toe, and we feel that stretch in towards the hamstring. Taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. One more lovely big inhale here. And exhale. Last one for good luck. Exhaling, we ground down to that left big toe, we lift ourselves up. Perfect. Just giving ourselves, as we release the hands, giving ourselves a little bit of a moment, releasing the body. Left hand towards the back of the body, right hand reaches high towards the sky. So on the next exhale, we pull the left hip towards the back of the room as we reach towards the front. We've got options here if you want to, using a block or a can of beans or whatever it is that you've got, just to give yourself a bit of height. That's totally fine. Otherwise, feel free to use the hand towards the shin. But wherever you are, we want to have length in towards the spine, towards the front of the room. So we're working with a straight leg and a straight spine. If it's available to you, we slowly twist and we open towards the left side of the room. Taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. If you want to, taking that hand up towards the sky, but it opens into the shoulders a little bit differently, might be a little bit tight in towards the front. Taking a lovely big inhale here. Exhaling as we slowly take the gaze down towards the ground. If you need to, bending into that leg. Hands come towards the hips. We lift ourselves up and we stand towards the middle of the mat. Shoulders a little bit of a shake. Taking a lovely big inhale. Just open the mouth and sighing it out. One more lovely big inhale. Open the mouth and just sighing it out. Perfect. So we're going to take the right foot towards the front. So we're coming into the same on the other side. Feet want to be train tracked towards the front of the room. Holding either elbow and just playing with it. So just go into the place that's not the one that we did last time, or the most comfortable way of doing it. So we're going to inhale, finding that space into the front of the shoulders. Exhaling, we're going to pull that right hip towards the back of the room. So we find that space in towards that right hip, into that hamstring as we ground down to the right big toe. Finding length through the back of the neck. Taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One more lovely big inhale. and exhale. We're going to ground down through our right big toe as we slowly lift ourselves all the way up into standing. So just gently bringing ourselves all the way up. We release the hands. So we're going to take the right hand towards the back of the body, left hand reaches high towards the sky. So we're finding that length. Exhaling as we reach towards the front of the room, finding that space. Hand comes down towards the ground, towards a block, or if you want to, towards the shin. We want to find length in towards the spine. Exhaling, we take the hand and we towards the side and we open towards the right side of the body. Wherever's comfortable for you. If you want to, taking the hand up towards the sky, but again, it can be a little bit difficult in towards that right shoulder. Taking one more lovely big inhale. Exhaling as we take the gaze down towards the ground. We release the hands towards the hips as we slowly lift ourselves all the way up into standing. Coming into Tadasana at the front of the mat, shoulders facing forward, palms resisted, taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One last lovely big inhale. And exhale. Perfect. So we're just going to come into a little bit of balancing. So we're going to take the weight in towards our right foot. Coming to wherever's comfortable for you. We're going to take our left toes out towards the side of the room. So this is option 1. Option 2 is to take the heel in and drag the toes in towards us. So again, taking the heel and the ankle together. Wherever you are, we're opening the hip towards the side. Hands towards the hips or in towards prayer. If you want to go deeper, taking the foot towards the inside of the calf. And if you want to go deeper still, taking the foot towards the inside, she says as she wobbles, towards the inside of the thigh. When we come to the inside of the thigh, we want to engage that thigh and push the heel in for the counterbalance. So wherever's comfortable for you. If we have the hands in prayer, we're just going to play with our balance today. Keeping the gaze on a non-moving point, we're going to take the hands up towards the sky. So we're going to find length in towards the body, she says as she wobbles. And then exhaling, we're going to take that prayer down on top of the head as the elbows wide. Taking a lovely big inhale into the front of the chest. And then exhaling, just releasing the hands out wide. Back down towards the hips. And then we release the toes. So just giving ourselves a little bit of a shake from side to side, releasing through the legs. Taking the weight in towards the left toes. So we're going to come in towards our left foot. Right toes out towards the side. So same options if you want to, and this is easier, toes towards the side for balance. If you want to come in still, we bend in towards that leg. Knee comes out towards the side and we take that heel and the ankle together. Option 2 for the inner calf. Making sure we're not coming onto the knee joint because it can just play a little bit in towards that knee joint. So whichever variation you came into on the other side, playing it with the options on the left. Hands to hips or into prayer. So again, keeping the gaze on a non-moving point. We're going to inhale the hands up towards the sky so we open in towards the body. Exhaling, taking the shoulders down the back, elbows come wide and we're opening in towards the heart. Feeling that space, taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One last lovely big inhale. And exhale, slowly lifting the hands up towards the sky. Exhaling, releasing the hands out towards the sides of the room. Hands come down towards the hips and we slowly release. Giving the feet a little bit of a shake from side to side. Perfect. So we're just going to slowly come down in towards our seated. We're going to take the feet out towards the front of the mat. So we're just going to come in towards a little bit of a back bend here. We're going to take the hands behind us. Just fingertips facing forward, toes towards the front of the room. And we want to have a feeling as if we're being pulled up in the front of the body into the chest. So taking a lovely big inhale, breathing in, proud chest, gazing up towards the sky. So feeling that stretch. Any issues in towards the wrists, coming in towards fists and lifting yourself up. Perfect. Lovely big inhale, finding that length. Exhaling, just releasing the chin in towards the chest. Perfect. So we're going to come into that a little bit deeper. Option to stay in that pose, or if you want to, taking our feet in towards us, coming into a reverse tabletop. We ground down through the feet and through the heels. We inhale as we lift ourselves up. We open the chest. We gaze high towards the sky. So we're opening in. We're squeezing the glutes and we feel that openness in towards the heart. Taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, slowly releasing the hips down towards the ground. Feet come out towards the front of the room. Perfect. Just giving ourselves a little bit of a shake. We're going to take our left foot towards the inside of our right inner thigh. So we're coming into our Janu Shirshasana. We take the hands high towards the sky as we lift up. Exhaling as we twist and we fold over that lengthened leg. So coming to wherever's comfortable for you. We want to take a lovely big inhale to find length. Exhaling to fold. Hands come towards the feet, the ankles, or the shins, so wherever's comfortable for you. If we're finding it difficult to come back down, then maybe taking a left hand towards the knee and just pushing the knee out, just giving ourselves a little bit of a twist, and we feel that stretch around the side. So not too much in towards the thigh or into the knee, just not too much, but just enough that we start to feel a little bit of openness if we tend to feel that we're pulling our knee in towards us. So coming into wherever's comfortable for you. Being kind to your body, closing down the eyes and feeling that stretch. Perfect. Lovely big inhale. And exhale, slowly releasing. We're going to walk the hands back in towards us. Coming into the twist that we've done before, so we take the right hand to the inside of our right leg. The left hand reaches out towards the back of the room. So what we're aiming here is to have a straight line from our fingertips on our left side towards our toes on the right. So we're getting that lovely long line. If we have the line and we're comfortable with the twist, just taking the hands up towards the sky, plugging that shoulder down so we're not coming up and over. We want to have that plug down so we've got that openness. We still find that stretch in towards the side of the body. Taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. One more lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we're going to slowly take that left hand down. We're coming into that 80s dance move. So we take the left knee down towards the ground. We point the toes on the right. We lift the hips. Right hand comes up and over. So we're pushing the hips high towards the sky. We feel that openness in towards the body, taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One more lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we slowly lower the hips down towards the ground. And we're coming back into center. We bring that left knee in towards us. We take the left foot and we place it over the right. Coming into a gentle twist, we take the right hand down. Left hand reaches high towards the sky. Exhaling as we take the elbow to the inside of the knee. We inhale to find length. Exhaling as we twist and we take the gaze towards the back of the room. One more lovely big inhale to find length. Exhaling to twist. One last lovely big inhale. Exhaling to twist. Inhaling as we slowly come round back in center. And we're going to slowly take that left leg out towards the side of the room. So we're coming in towards a figure of four. Hands come behind us and we're going to slowly just bring that foot in towards us, keeping the toes active And we're going to slowly come to wherever's comfortable for you. We're going to roll over our sitting bones towards the front of the room. If you want to, activating that foot, and just working, as we activate, we engage the outside of the glutes. So we feel that openness in towards the side. Taking a lovely big inhale in towards the chest. Lovely deep exhale. If you want to go deeper still, taking the gaze up towards the sky. Exhaling, slowly bring the chin in towards the chest, and we slowly release the legs out. Perfect. Just giving ourselves a little bit of a shake in towards the body. Coming in towards the other side, so right leg towards the inside of our left inner thigh. We're going to inhale the hands up towards the sky, finding length. Exhaling as we twist and we fold forward. So coming to wherever's comfortable for you in your body. Again, like I said, and I've said previously, if you take a block underneath the knee, if it's lifted, or if you want to just kind of coming forward and taking the hand towards the inner thigh or the knee, and just using it to just twist yourself forward, because there's a tendency to come in towards the gap. So just using that space, or hand towards the outside of the knee, outside of the foot. Taking a lovely big inhale, toes are active at the front of the mat. Lovely deep exhale. One last lovely big inhale. And exhale. Slowly we're going to walk the hands back in towards us. Taking the left hand to the inside of the right leg. Right hand comes behind us, so we're in towards the twist. Again, what we're looking for is a straight line between the thumb and the toes at the front of the mat. So if we find that we're twisted like this, maybe we come up a little bit higher and find that twist a little bit easier. So coming to wherever's comfortable for you in your body. If you want to go deeper, we take the hand up towards the sky, but again, making sure we're not tucking in there. We pull that inner shoulder down as we reach up, so we still feel the stretch in towards the body. Gazing high towards the top hand. Lovely big inhale. And exhale. We're coming into the 80s dance move, so right hand comes down. We come onto the knee on the right side. We point the toes on the left and we lift the hips high. Left hand reaches towards the back of the room. So we're finding that stretch in towards the front of the pelvis. Breathing into the body, lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we slowly lower the hips down towards the ground. Perfect. We bring that right leg in towards us, so the right foot comes towards the outside of that left leg. Left hand comes behind us into an open twist. So we inhale the hands up. Exhaling, we take the elbow towards the inside of the knee. Taking a lovely big inhale to find length. Exhaling as we twist and we gaze over that shoulder. So we feel the twist in towards the vertebrae, in towards the back of the body. Taking a lovely big inhale, exhaling to twist. One last lovely big inhale, and exhaling to twist. Perfect. Slowly we're going to come back into center. We're going to release that knee out towards the side. We're coming in towards our figure of four. So hands come down behind us. We pull that left leg in to wherever's comfortable for you. We want to bring ourselves, we lengthen in towards the spine. If you want to, we tuck, we keep active in towards that right foot. We inhale as we roll over the sitting bones towards the front. Option to stay here. If you want to go deeper, taking the gaze up towards the sky, feeling that stretch in towards the throat. So coming to wherever's comfortable for you in your practice. Taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we slowly bring the chin in towards the chest. We release the legs out towards the front of the room. Just giving them a bit of a shake. Just before we finish, coming in towards an easy forward fold. So we're going to cross the legs Doesn't matter which way we come to. We want to just take the knees directly above the ankles. And we're going to take a lovely big inhale, just reaching up towards the sky. Exhaling as we reach towards the front of the room as we fold forward. So we're looking for a stretch towards the outside of the hips. Hands come down towards the ground. So we're reaching out towards the front. So we're finding a stretch all the way down through the back of the body, through the neck and through the sides of the hips. Again, if you want to, hands can come out towards the front, onto our fingertips, and we just release in towards the back of the body. Taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. Slowly we're going to walk the hands back in towards us, which is going to do the same thing on the other side. So just releasing the legs, so whichever way you were, releasing our feet in towards the other side. So feet come directly below the knees. We inhale the hands high, exhaling as we fold forward. So coming to wherever's comfortable for you. And we're looking for the stretch, just slightly differently on the outsides of the hips. Hands come down towards the ground, in front of you or out towards the side. Wherever they are, it's as if we've got a tennis ball underneath them. And then we're holding in towards our fingertips. Feeling that release in towards the body, in towards the neck. Taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale, slowly walking the hands back in towards us. And we're lifting ourselves in towards a seated. So we're going to come down onto our backs. We're going to come in towards our inversion. So wherever's comfortable for you. If you have a yoga block, maybe you want to place it under the hips. If you want to, just wiggling yourself next to the walls, placing your feet on the wall, or just taking them up towards the sky. If you have a yoga block or something similar, it might be that you want to just place it underneath the hips. Toes come high towards the sky, and then the palms out wide. So we take the hands out towards the side, palms face upwards, so our shoulder blades can rest gently down in towards the mat. So wherever you are, we're just holding here for a couple of breaths. Just letting all that goodness just melt down in towards the body. Perfect, just a couple more breaths here. Slowly we're just going to release the toes down towards the ground. If we have anything underneath us, removing that out as we come in towards our Savasana. So just bring the knees into the chest. Giving ourselves a little bit of a wiggle through the spine. Maybe the feet come out wide. And just windscreen wiping the legs, just giving them a little bit of release through the body. Perfect. Slowly taking the feet out wide. Palms come back so they're facing upwards, and just giving ourselves a little bit of a moment just to find that comfortable spot onto our backs. Palms face upwards. Taking a lovely big inhale. Opening the mouth and just sighing it out. If you want to, closing down the eyes or just taking the gaze softly towards the ceiling just in front of you, but just gently keeping the eyes soft. So just gently letting the body just be supported by the mat. Feeling the back of the ankles, the calves, back of the hamstrings and then the hips. Just melting in towards the ground. Backs of the hands, the elbows, the shoulder blades, the spine, even the back of the neck. Slowly just going to take a deep inhale, filling the body with breath. If you want to stay here in your Savasana as you're working at home. Otherwise we start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. We're slowly going to take the hands over the head and just finding a lovely deep stretch through the body. Bring the knees into the chest for a lovely big hug. Just swaying from side to side. We're going to take ourselves over towards the right or the left side, whichever's available to you. And just holding here in fetus, maybe with the bottom hand under the head for support. We're going to ground down to the right hand to just gently bring ourselves into a comfortable position, comfortable seated position at the top of the mat. So hands come down to the knees of the thighs, closing down the eyes. And just taking a moment just to scan the body again. So just taking a couple of moments to think how the body feels now. From the head through down to the neck. Those areas that may have felt tight to begin with, maybe they feel more open. Just working down through the arms into the hands. And then from the shoulders down in towards the hips. Hips in towards the legs, into the knees, the calves, the feet, the toes. Just noticing how you feel. Slowly bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart. May the light in me honour the light in you. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me for today's practice. I hope you enjoyed that. It's given you a little bit more space in towards the ears, a little bit more openness into the body. If you've got any comments or you've got any questions, drop them into the comment box below. Otherwise, have a wonderful week.